Shh, ladies and gentlemen, I was feeling a little bit screw loose today and decided to check myself into my local Arkham Asylum. Turns out I might not have to ever leave there ever again because I booked a session of eternal therapy with my brand new psychiatrist. You gotta admit, ladies and gentlemen, she is quite the peach. And speaking of peaches,
the following program contains naughty bits. Yes, friends, Thames Television brings you the test card.
Going around on my travels and helping people. Today I speak to a man Brown.
And before I begin today's video, your dark coffee of representation, your brown-skinned James Brolin. Because why am I referring to my skin color in this? Well, you're gonna get the gist in a minute, folks. It was my birthday, just Saturday gone, and the best card I received was this beauty right here of the very bosomy Jennifer Connelly. Ooh, in all of her greatest film hits. And thank you very much to Baba Ganoush, who sent that to me. My friend, it will be treasured among the other cards you have bestowed upon me in the many years gone by. But without further ado, ladies and gents, we're up. We got a critical error. Critical error. Oh my word. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Mary Jane Watson from Spider-Man. Yep, at the very beginning of this video, you saw me wear one of my favorite t-shirts. This hurts. This is the brand new Spider-Man game coming out very, very shortly. And this is the titular Mary Jane. Oh, look at me. I can just imagine David Attenborough now gazing upon this monstrosity of a creation and lending his own words of wisdom.
A cuttlefish. It specializes in crabs.
Whew. Insomnia Games, Insomniac. Were the members of the team, of the development team there, suffering from insomnia by chance? Because did they forget what Mary Jane is all about? I mean, even Silver Sable, who appears in the 2018 video game, looked a bit mannish. A far cry from what she looked like in the comics back in the day. But this, unfortunately, is Mary Jane. She's got the blowed up, Hootie and the Blowfish look, I guess. The old pufferfish. And of course, a pufferfish, if you know your aquamarine life, is a pretty deadly species you don't want to get up close and personal with. Now just go, oh God. Somebody posted a link in this Twitter feed regarding PlayStation's gallery of new characters for Spider-Man 2. Are you excited? Because I can hardly get out of my seat in anticipation. And look, the first Spider-Man game, it was good. Was it great? Not really. Not for me personally. I prefer the Batman Arkham games. That was a lot more fun because the Spider-Man game borrowed heavily from the Batman games, so that's why I prefer old Batsy and Bruce Wayne in that respect. But here we this is the gallery, the Galleria of the new characters you're expected to interact with, and God forbid you might even play as in the course of the game. Oh, do we start with the most offensive person here on the roster? I think we need to do it. So this... Hey, Director X, if you happen to be watching this video, it's nothing to do with Robin Hood, but please call me out. Call me all sorts of names, because it's not going to get you anywhere. Who's this character? Now, I thought it was a race-swapped Liz Allen. Turns out it's not. I wish I was correct in that respect. But if we go along, this is Miles Morales' mother. But again, we know that Miles Morales is just Miles Morales. But as you scroll along, Ganke Lee. Oh, yes, we know who he is. That's Norman Osborn. Is that meant to be Harry? Okay. Oh, God, bloody hell. Harry Osborn Looks like Prince Harry, doesn't he? Just a little bit. He's a bit wet around the ears. Here we go. Who's this person? Hayley Cooper. She's a community activist. She's a street artist. And she's Miles Morales' best friend. She's creative, funny, intelligent, and compassionate. Especially if you ask Miles. Of course, because Miles just hangs out with chicks of his own race and complexion, doesn't he? Of course he's going to say nice things about her. Don't read Miles Morales comics. I don't know much about her, but oh my god, isn't that just cringe? Of course you got Rio Morales, don't care. And oh, hang on a minute. So, Mary Jane Watson, what is her new role? Because I'll take you back to where Mary Jane was actually the absolute basest female out there. She isn't just a reporter for the Daily Bugle, she's also an integral member of the Spider-Man team, showing that heroes don't need superhuman abilities. Oh. Wow. But he's Spider-Man. He was bitten by a radioactive spider. He can't help having superhuman abilities. He has them, whether he likes it or not. And of course, we're seeing Peter Parker struggle in the comics. With great power comes great responsibility. That was the one thing that bugged me about the first game, when you had to play as Mary Jane, as a snoopy reporter, and then of course if she got caught she was instantly annihilated, which I thought was pretty funny. But of course Mary Jane in the 2018 video game looked like this. Is it any better? Kind of. She still has a bit of a squarish Roger Ramjet chin going on, and this is the actress who played her. So ladies and gentlemen, to quote Michael Douglas from Falling Down,
can anybody tell me what's wrong with this picture? Anybody?
Wow, I mean, they got the eyes correct, but they've definitely squared her chin off a little bit. But like I said before, Mary Jane in the original iteration was this. Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot. Drawn by the late, great John Romita Sr. If you didn't know, he passed away a few months ago. Really, really sad. One of my favorite comic book artists of all time. Really redefined Spider-Man for what he was, and Peter Parker, and he gave us Mary Jane, redhead with a dimples, curvy figure, because John Romita Sr. is from the era like Stan Lee, where you just celebrated what women actually looked like, and you gave them some respect in the comics, and they just weren't there for as a showpiece. They were there to serve other purposes as well. And she was an actress. She was a budding actress in the comics. Kirsten Dunst played her as an actress as well. And yeah, when you come to the actual live action counterpart, there is only one Mary Jane Watson for me, and that is Kirsten Dunst. She's absolutely amazing. Zendaya as MJ, they don't call her Mary Jane. She was okay, but I never saw her as Mary Jane at all. She's just MJ. She called herself, what, Michelle Johnson? And yeah, the Tom Holland films are fine. I've always liked them anyway, but I've never accepted Zendaya as my substitute Mary Jane Watson. There is only one, and that's Kirsten Dunst. And of course, if you go over to Fortnite, I mean, what a difference, right? We go from this monstrosity right here to Mary Jane Watson in Fortnite. I mean, how good does she look there, ladies and gentlemen? But of course now, Fortnite have done something with Mary Jane, which, again, why am I even surprised? I mean, I just mentioned Zendaya, so now you can actually race swap. You can give Mary Jane a new coat of paint if you so desire. Yes, the chappie on the left looks a lot like Tom Holland, but here we got a Rochelle Humes lookalike, and yeah, she looks fine. I mean, she's still attractive, we'll give her that much, but again, you're tokenizing a white character by making her or him a different shade of coffee, because why? If you like white-based characters from your favorite TV show, movie, comic book, or maybe even a music video, then you are an absolute racist. But you have to conform. You've got to comply and endure and like other accepted forms of alternatives out there, which we won't. I grew up a certain way. I like things a certain way because I like to be the dark coffee in any lady's cream. And as we progress further, ladies and gentlemen, you know, Western video games are complete trash. Are you looking forward to Fable? I'm not. It's awful. Are you looking forward to the new Alan Wake game where Saga, the character who was originally white, is now blackened up because, hey, you know what? Remedy Studios seem to be wanting to make reparations for any wrongdoings they've never been attacked over before. So Western video gaming completely down the plug hole. They keep making female characters very unattractive. Why? Because you have to avert the male gaze, ladies and gentlemen. You're not allowed to do that anymore, which reminds me about Labour's recent, and I don't want to get political here, but Labour had a recent conference, and one of the things they're threatening to bring in if they get elected next year is making misogyny a hate crime. So if an insufferable female accuses me of something that I haven't done, and basically I can't stand on a podium and defend myself, so I'm actually liable to go to jail because I may have shown hatred towards her. How ridiculous. It's not going to do them any favors. And I think when people heard that, it's like, oh God, really? Misogyny, a possible hate crime? But that's neither here or there, folks. And of course, when it comes to video gaming, there is one region, well, probably two regions actually, if you include China, but Southeast Asia, South Korea especially, they gave us, have given us some amazing female characters. Obviously, I am talking about Resident Evil, Ada Wong, Shema Alomar from Resident Evil 5. Boy, I hope they remake that one in the future. And the greatest of the greatest, Miss Jill Valentine.
Ooh, when I can feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it.
Every single day, I celebrate her bosoms, and I'll never stop until I'm buried 6 feet under. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another ditty for me today, another titty-witty whoopie-doo video that I hope you enjoyed today, and I'll leave you with an excerpt from Sudden Attack. Oof, boy, a South Korean first-person shooter, which certainly does get the old... oh my word, I forgot how great this trailer is actually. So ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video today, make sure you give it a like, make sure you subscribe for more tit vids like this, and if you were me, and if I were you, you better come back for the next video. Oh my god. Yep, that is, ladies and gentlemen, Eastern video gaming at its absolute basest and best.